Well, Cancers, I don't know. I'm looking I'm looking at your chart and everything's going to be lit up for you guys. Wow. Like I didn't realize how much was going on with you. So, welcome all of you new ones. Welcome all you OGs. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot, astrology, mediumship, all kinds of things to help you on your path. So my gorgeous ones, I'm so proud of many of you. All of you. Actually, I'm proud of all of you. I don't even know why I said that. I'm proud of all of you because you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I see that you're letting go of stuff. I see that you're restructuring. You got a lot freaking going on. I mean, I thought Aquarius, well, they're just kind of being brats. They're going to be in their head. So I thought they were going to have a big problem, but you guys are like taking this in stride. So let's go over the highlights of what's going to be going on. And then on the side, as usual, after I go on over what's going to be going on in the chart, I'm going to go over the tarot. I did buy a new tarot deck for you guys, for myself and you guys, right? So we'll be going over that as well. I did want to remind everybody, I put my special on. I did this back in October. I brought it back 2 weeks ago. I thought I was going to end it in 2 weeks, but I thought I'd have all the videos out. So I haven't had all the videos out, and the special will end when the videos are all released. So my special is 30-minute tarot readings for $60. So you can go to yourindigopath2.com. I've been working on a lot of stuff. This is why it's taken so long. My apparel line is coming out. It's going to be really cool. We've got shirts, we've got hats, we've got bags, we got pillows, we have phone cases. It's going to be really cool. So can't wait to get that out. That's going to start, I'm not going to release that till after retrograde, so you guys know that. But again, this is the time we're amending, reworking, editing, doing all that kind of stuff, right? So let's go over the highlights. So we have this beautiful new moon in Aries that's about to come. We have the full moon in Scorpio. We have Mars speaking closely to Pluto and Saturn. We have Mercury that's going to go direct. And by the way, if my wording gets off and I'm talking too fast or too slow or something messes up, that's Mercury retrograde. It's been doing that to me. So then we have Saturn and Pluto retrograding. We have Venus that enters Gemini in your 12th house. I'm telling you right now that Gemini, Venus in your 12th house, I'm feeling like somebody's coming or somebody just came or like, I don't know. Some of you, either that's somebody that's really special in your life just came or somebody is about to come. Like that kind of is what I'm feeling in that 12th house. Okay. Chiron enters Aries for the next 7.5 years. So get ready. I'm going to do a video. I've already done a video about Chiron. See, here's Chiron in Pisces. It's just about to end and go into Aries. I did a video on Chiron and what it is and how to work through it and what it's helping you try to grow from. So I will have the links. I always have the links to everything I talk about either in the description box below or on the side at the end of this video where you can click on it. I will be doing a Chiron series about Aries and how it's going to affect each sign of what you're growing in. I will have that on my website though. And then at the end of April, we have this beautiful Neptune and Sun bringing opportunity in these beautiful things for you. So Cancer, where's all this happening for you? And how will this affect you? So let's take a look. So this is what I was seeing. So here's you, Cancer, right here, right? You already have the second house activated. This is your north node in your second house. This is your value. This is what you're trying to grow and understand, and it's retrograde, so it's really pulling a number on you. You're like really having to stand up for you, really having to understand, really seeing where your boundaries are. And a lot of you guys have been working through this, and you've been doing really well. So that's your second house, third, fourth. Then your fifth house is activated, and that's no joke because that's got Scorpio in it. So your fifth house of love affairs, your fifth house of creativity, that has Jupiter in it. Jupiter is the guru. Jupiter is the teacher. Jupiter wants to expand any house it's in, only it has to play by the rules of Scorpio. So if you ain't going deep, you ain't getting the expansion, right? And it's retrograde right now, right? So we have a lot of planets retrograde. Then you have that's your fifth, sixth. You got your seventh house. This is really doing a doozy. You got Saturn, you got Mars, and you got Pluto. So Saturn is like, look, I will give you what you want, but you need to work for it. You need to tell me you're responsible. You need to show me that you want this, and then I got it. I got you, right? And Saturn usually, when you do this, will bring you beautiful things, much more than you expected. But he wants to know you're responsible and working in it. And the seventh house is about your boundaries. The seventh house is about people coming in, situations coming in, things coming in, money coming in, lovers coming in, friends coming in, and them coming in front of you, and you understanding how you're going to treat people, how you're going to allow yourself to be treated, and where those boundaries are. It's a mirroring house, right? So you have Saturn doing that, and you have Pluto wanting to transform this house. And so it looks like you've been very dedicated and methodical. Let me just say, you've been very methodical in this relationship part. Like, you're not going to do the things that you did before. You're going to make sure that you do it correctly. You're really, really learning. Saturn's in there helping you, but Pluto's going to transform. And at the end of the month, these two are going to be speaking together. Mars is going back and forth with them, speaking. And then when these two have the conversation, you got some things coming. Okay, you got some people coming. You got things coming. You got situations coming. And then, so that's your 7th, 8th. You have your 9th house of belief systems. This is where Chiron has been. This is where Neptune is. Then you have your 10th house. That's all lit up. That's really activated, right? And that's going to be activated in the month of April. So the 10th house, the 7th house, the 5th house, the 2nd house. This is all about your value, your belief system, your boundaries, your worthiness of attaining what you think is to be true for you. Like understanding that you do and can have what you want. But you have to go for it. You have to say it's yours. You have to claim it. You have to say I'm worthy enough. I'm enough. I'm enough, right? And so and then you're going to have this 11th house. The 11th house is the house of gains. The 11th house supports this 10th house. So you're working in this 10th house and this 11th house. But then Venus moves into Gemini. That's going to be in your 12th house. So I'm telling you, like, your whole chart is lit up. All right, so let's take a look at the important aspects that are coming. So we have on the 15th, Mercury is going direct, and this is in your 10th house. So this has to do with your 10th house is your career, your life purpose, the way that you show yourself to the world, your stature, your reputation. So Mercury going direct here, Mercury being retrograde here, anything retrograde, any of these planets, when they're retrograde, it's about completions, endings, revising, editing, doing that stuff, right? And so with it going direct, these things that you've been working on in this last month, since it's been retrograde and still is retrograde, this has to do with your career, your purpose, your reputation, and then you have the moon, and then you have the sun, and then you have Uranus. So it's going direct here. Those things that were delayed, the things that weren't coming up, the things that you were having a problem with, the things that you were having to amend, the things that you were having to edit and revise, and then you had some completions, right? Any of those things that you have been working really hard and diligently at, and maybe you got upset because they didn't come, and maybe you got upset because you saw a little bit and it didn't come all the way. Like, don't worry, because as soon as Mercury goes direct, it's gonna come forth. Okay, so the 17th through the 22nd, these are intense days. So we have, and they're intense manifesting days for you guys. So we have the new moon that's going to go in Aries. So we're going to have this new moon. It's all about manifesting what you want. You got to be in that space where you're thinking about what you want, what you see yourself manifesting, not what you don't have, not what hasn't come, not any of that. When you're in the new moon, you got to look to what you're trying to manifest, not what hasn't come. I have a video, I'll put that in the description link down below or on the side to help you take the steps to do that. Then we have the sun and the new moon. So these two, the sun and the new moon, they're going to conjunct Uranus, right? And so Uranus is that planet that wants to shock and awe, but it wants to shock and awe so that it can liberate you, right? And this is in your 10th house. So shock and awe can be all kinds of things. Shock and awe reminds me of the Tower in the tarot. And a lot of you are fearful of the tower and you're like, oh my God, no. But I'm telling you, if you've been working diligently in this house, shock and awe can mean like maybe you were working on something in your career. Maybe you're trying to get a new position, or maybe maybe you like went to some interviews and got a new position, or you're trying to make more money, or you're trying to do this better, and then it's not coming through and nothing's happening. And Uranus and the new moon and the sun, when they conjunct Uranus is like bam and does the shock and awe. Maybe you get a better position. Maybe you get a different one from a different company with way more money. Maybe you get one where you get to travel and do whatever you want, plus you get to stay home. Like maybe it's less work and more expansion in what you're doing. Like it can be that kind of shock and awe, right? But if you're neglecting it and haven't done it and not doing it, then it will shock and awe you the other way as well. So that's all happening in your 10th house. But when it shocks and awes you, it liberates you. So something's going to come to light with this new moon and the sun on Uranus. Something is going to come to clarity. Something's going to come to epiphany. Something's going to come through. And when this comes through, whether you think it's a good thing or a bad thing, afterwards you will be relieved and able to breathe and understand better and be in a different space, because that's what Uranus does. Then we have Saturn retrograding. So Saturn is going to retrograde here in your 5th house, 7th house, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, in your 7th house. So Saturn's really making sure this is what you want. What do you want? What type of relationships you want? What type of relationship with money? What type of relationship with people? What type of relationship with the lover? What type of relationship with your husband or spouse or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend? Like it's really going to do this. So when it retrogrades, it's going to retrograde for 4 months till September 6th. Okay. So that happens on that day. Then we have Uranus and the sun exact on the 19th. So really something's going to come to light in these 17th through the 22nd. That's when all this is going to come about. Then Chiron enters Aries on that day. 17th, I think. Yeah, 17th or 18th. Chiron is going to enter Aries, and it's going to stay there for 7.5 years. That's why I'm going to do the video series about it. Then we have the sun. On the 19th, it's going to enter Taurus. So for like the 19th, 22nd, it's going to have Venus and the sun in here. So something is coming through in this 11th house of gains that you have worked for in your life purpose. Okay. And then Pluto retrogrades on that day. So Pluto wants to transform you either in this house or where it's aspecting. It wants to transform. It wants to help you understand, come through and be in a different phase, the phase that you called, the things that you said you wanted. That's what's going to be happening on the 17th through the 22nd. Then on the 24th, we have Venus going into your 12th house of Gemini. I'm telling you, I'm feeling some of you come like a I don't want to say karmic, because when I say karmic, some people say, no, I don't want karmic. But it's like somebody that you have known even before this lifetime. You'll know that you know them. Like you'll have that feeling where like, I feel like I've known this person forever, right? And this could be a lover. This could be a financial partner. This could be a friend. This could be even a family member. Like this could be anyone, but it's coming through your 12th house. The 12th house is that house that you have the connection between your past life, your present life, and your future lives. And have that connection between this world and other worlds. That connection between you and your higher self, you and spirit, you and God, source, oneness. Like it's that house. People think that you should try to figure this house out, or you have this feeling like you want to, but it's not a house to be figured out. It's the house that has those connections. Okay, so sometimes things can be hidden and then come out, right? So on the 26th, we have Mars and Pluto conjunct. When Mars and Pluto conjunct, that's that force in the 7th house. So for some of you, if it is on your line and in your path and that person is supposed to come through, I'm telling you, I'm feeling like some of you are having that person, yeah, like the lifelong partner comes in. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like some of you, that's what happens. So congratulations. I know that's been you know, something that a lot of you have been working on. So Mars and Pluto conjunct, they're going to be speaking to each other. Mars, the planet of vigor, the planet of wants to give you drive and ambition and all of that, the energy, and then Pluto wanting to transform you. This has to do with your 7th house. So on the 29th, this is going to be another intense 2 days, 29th and 30th. So on the 29th, we have the Sun, and it is going to trine Saturn. So whatever you've been working on in this 7th and 10th house, your career, your boundaries, the person you want, the things you want, the relationships you want, the situations you want, the family we want, like all of that. When the Sun trines Saturn, there's going to be opportunity for that stuff to come through. Now, the difference between the trine and the sextile to me, because they're both opportunity, but the trine is a little bit lethargic. It's a little lazy. Like for some people, it's like if it came too easy, it means I'm not or it's not worth it, right? So you can kind of get into that when it's a trine. The full moon on that same day on the 29th is going to be in Scorpio. So the full moon is about releasing. The full moon is about letting go. The full moon, and again, I'll have the video of how to take those steps. So this is going to be in your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th house of relationships, 5th house of, not relationships, sorry, 5th house of love affairs, 5th house of creativity. There's some things that you're needing to let go. Maybe there was a person that came in that was supposed to just be a love affair, and you took it like they were supposed to be with you forever, but they're a love affair, and it's time to let go and understand why that person came in, what happened, where am I at, why did that person do that, why did I allow that to happen, where am I now than I was then, how have I grown, like that stuff. Then you have the full moon, also the same day, that's going to be sextiling Saturn. Now, sextile, I like sextiles a little better because sextile is that opportunity where you're sort of, you have that wherewithal or the energy to take the opportunity, to take the action. So the full moon is going to sextile Saturn. So again, whatever you've been working on here, Saturn is going to bless you, and Jupiter is in there already. Then we're going to have Jupiter conjunct the moon. It's also talking to the moon. Look, Jupiter wants to give you presents. Saturn wants to give you presents. Venus wants to give you presents because Venus is the planet of luck, money, and love. Jupiter, Uranus wants to help you. Like you have a lot of things going. I know you have a lot of houses lit up in your chart right now. But at the end of the month, it's going to feel a lot better and things are going to come through. So on that same day, we're going to have Neptune trining the moon. So Neptune is in your, let's see, 12, 11, 10. So in your 9th house of belief systems. And Neptune is that planet that wants to sort of take down the boundaries and bring illusion and like let go of self-identity. And so there's something about this house, your belief systems, about understanding how you can go and meld with somebody but keep your identity as well in balance. Okay, so something's going to come through with that, or how you can, because a lot of you, I feel like this could be your work too, where you want to give to the world and you want to do this bigger purpose and you want to make this money and you want to like be stable and you want to go out there, but you have this home that you like to be here. And so you're trying to find that balance of, I want to do that, but I also want to be here. And I know I can do both. So how can I do this? And that could be what's going on when Neptune sextiles the sun. Sorry, it's going to sextile. So it's going to give you an opportunity to make that balance. All right, my gorgeous ones. So that looks like how it ends in April. So again, I talked about buying this new deck. This is from my great illustrator. I love him to death. So this is the Grand Lux. And I wanted to show you tarot, people, that I do love tarot. I just don't think it's the only thing. So I bought this and I bought the cloth, so I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to walk over by the camera so that I can really get a look at these cards and what's going on. I kind of looked at them before and meditated, but I want to go back into it. So give me a second. And excuse my mic because I'm going to have to pick it up. And so I may sound far away and then close. So excuse me. Okay. So this is a new tarot spread. I think I had it last month, but this is your present position in April. This is your challenge and Spirit's advice. This is your fated stuff. And by the way, when you're looking at the chart, I always look at the ascending or the rising, but you can look at the sun and the moon as well. They work. You just have to look at it from that perspective. So this is your fated stuff. This is coming whether you believe or not. And this is where you're moving towards. This is your outcome. This is what you're dealing with. This is where you're trying to get to. Okay. So in your first position, you have the Hierophant. So this is you right now. This structure that you had, this is what I'm getting for a lot of you. The structure that you had, this tradition that you had, this marriage, this organization that you were with, this family, this whatever this is, it was a big structure for you. And you're sort of dealing with restructuring that because we're in retrogrades. We're in a whole bunch of retrogrades. So I'm seeing that overall, you're restructuring this. This is you restructuring, wanting to bring this type back, but having to amend it or edit it. So you could be talking about a marriage that was over, or you could be talking about a new marriage coming through, or new family members, or new way of living, or something is restructuring, something's amending, something's editing. That's what I'm feeling for you. This is a beautiful card. Look at that. So this Hierophant is very, very important to you. You have to have this structure to be able to move forth. And that's all you've been asking the universe and God and Source and Oneness. Like, I just want to feel stable. I just want to feel like I once felt before, right? And so you're trying, what you're understanding is that you can build that structure and not have somebody build it for you where it can be taken away, right? And so that leads us to this next card, which is your challenge. So your challenge is dealing with whatever was restructured. There was a coupling, there was a mending, there was two souls, or you and money, or you and a house, or you and a lover, or you and a husband, or you and a wife, or you and something, or somebody, or some situation where there was a coupling, where you understood each other, like mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, right? And so this is your challenge because you're restructuring this. You're trying to figure out how you can either do this in a different way or do this again. And this has taken so much time, and you've had to like go out and be sort of more directed instead of waiting for it to come to you. And so this is your challenge, trying to work through this. Now, your fated stuff, your destiny, is the Justice. So understand that you will have that again. For some of you, you're working with the Justice. To me means documents, signing papers, getting things done, money coming in, like some sort of documents is what's coming. I don't know if this is like a settlement. This could be a divorce decree. This could be a marriage decree. This could be whatever this is coming. And this is in April. So this has to do with the restructuring of this and this coupling. So whatever this situation is that you're dealing with, it's almost done. Okay. Now, in your fourth position, where you're getting to is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups, you see how he's walking away. These cups no longer serve him. It took him a long time to walk away from this, but those no longer serve him. And I'm not talking about just walking away physically, but actually walking away emotionally. And so you're headed in that direction where this restructuring is going on, and you're moving into that. Look at where the sun is. Look how beautiful that is. Like, he's understanding that these things no longer serve him, and it's with a heavy heart. It wasn't easy to do this, but when he does it, he feels so much better because he can see the future so bright. All right, my gorgeous ones, give me just a second. Let me get back to my seat. I'm very proud of many of you. I don't know why I keep saying many of you. I'm very proud of all of you, but those of you that I see in council, let's just say that. Those of you that I see one-on-one, I'm so proud of you. So thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Again, I'll have the videos and the links down below. If you've never subscribed and you want to see me live, please be sure to click that bell so you know when you get notified when I'm coming on, because I don't really know when I'm coming on. I do it when I have time. So have a great, wonderful month. I love you, love you, love you. Bye.